to do that for 3 months at a time because we've gathered advice from other projects that say if once you lock it for more than 3 months and there's problems with the platform, then you're stuck and you really can't do anything in it. And we don't want our hands tied that bad. But we will re-up the lock before the previous one ends. So that way it's as if it had been locked the entire time. So that's our plan there. We are active in work with Lexicon. And if you don't know what Lexicon is, it's our trading card game, which will be completely digital. It'll allow you to pretty much get that nostalgic booster pack opening feel. I don't know how many of you were Pokemon kids like I was when I was a kid, but there was nothing better than having to go to the doctor or going to the dentist and getting bribed with Pokemon cards. And I just liked opening booster packs, and you were just really wanting to get that rare card. Everybody wanted to open a Charizard, and I want to bring that to crypto, and I want to bring that to online. So yeah, we've got a pretty solid algorithm for the booster packs. Everything will be pre-stuffed, and we won't generate new cards after the original sets are generated. So when we have expansions, we'll generate a preset number, and then that's it. That's all the cards that get generated. There's no other way to get them. You have to find them in boosters or win them via rewards from Fractal. So we're going to have some cards. I know for the first set of boosters, there's 2 million booster packs. And there's a 1 out of 10,000 chance to get a chaotic card. So out of 10 million cards, there's only going to be 5,000 of one chaotic. So that's going to be incredibly rare. And then if you open a legendary or chaotic, you will get an exclusive NFT, which will just be concept artwork for that character, which could be really cool. And it's going to be, like I said, exclusive. But then the other thing with it is going to be the exchange called Lexicon, which is where you'll be able to list your cards on a market, and it'll go to the highest bidder or the best trade. So you'll upload your card and you'll put your acceptance criteria for what it would take for someone to be able to trade you. And then you'll get a notification saying, hey, so-and-so has met this criteria. You have 30 minutes to accept it. But we'll also have a feature where it'll do auto accept. If somebody offers what you're asking for, that you can just auto accept it. Gabe asked trading card game, and Jen, it's going to be a game to play, but he asked Pokemon or Magic, and the booster is going to have kind of a Pokemon feel to it, but the gameplay is actually going to be more Magic / Hearthstone. So we're actually been going through and we have a concept for a playing field. And yeah, we're really excited to let you guys all see that once it gets done. We're going back and forth right now about the design, but we are going to pretty much, we've created all the lore from scratch. We have Chronic, and his name's Dylan, and he's done a fantastic job of just like making all this stuff up as he goes. And we're super fortunate and excited to have him. He's worked very hard on it. And yeah, his lore is just super impressive, and it's going to make for a really nice game. Yes, we are going to do mobile. We probably won't launch the actual game function until 2022 because it does take a little longer to make games than it would a trading exchange and booster packs. The trading and booster packs will be exclusively online until we do release the game portion of it. But it will be mobile friendly, yes. I've been telling people really just, if you want to see kind of what our game's going to be, it's going to be like Hearthstone, except there's not going to be a crafting section. So I do know that Blizzard will create infinite cards. As long as people are buying their packs, they'll keep creating cards. It's all rendered client side. The difference is going to be that ours is rendered server side and all the boosters are already pre-stuffed. We just send the next booster on the queue to whoever purchased it, and we'll have a way of locking down the queue as someone purchases it. That way one pack doesn't go to multiple people. And then the next thing that I wanted to touch on, since we were talking about chaotics anyway, is that if someone, say, gets super lucky, and I have no idea why Alfie's so pretty. That is a very good question. Alfie, would you like to answer that one? Good genes, just calisthenics?
That's probably the genes, yeah, and the calisthenics.
I got you. Yeah, and Hayes is here. Hayes is the game master behind it. He's going to be doing the mechanics for the game and battle play. And he plays a lot of Hearthstone too. He's a legend at it. And yeah, I'm excited he's on board and going to help us with the gameplay and some of the cards. But yeah, so say you open a pack and you end up getting a duplicate chaotic. Since everything's pre-stuffed, in theory, you can get duplicate legends and duplicate chaotics, which could cause issue because there's only so many. So what we're going to implement in place to prevent that is you have 24 hours to list it, and then you have a week to sell it. But Fractal is going to have a buyback system where we will actually buy back certain cards and we will exchange you random for it. And then we will essentially take these cards, put them all in a pool, and either give them out as rewards to our holders, or we will restuff booster packs. Haven't fully decided, but the big thing is making sure that people who pull duplicate cards actually get benefit from it. That way we can ensure that people are trading the cards, and it also prevents someone from just buying a whole lot of booster packs and hoarding all the really good cards to be better at the game. And
Yeah, and
yeah.
for new people, it might be useful to explain the different ranks of cards.
Okay, so we're gonna have common, which are pretty much be in every pack. They're your basic minions that, you know, they're gonna be nice to have. They're definitely gonna allow you to make combos and stuff, but they're pretty easy to get. Those are like incredibly high chance to get. And I don't have the algorithm in front of me, but I'll be releasing that soon. And then you have uncommon, which will be just a step up. There'll be a little bit stronger minions, nice to haves. And then you're going to have rare, which will be spell cards, which we're going to go with instant and surprise. We got to be very careful about certain naming conventions. I do know that calling things magic and trap cards has been problematic for other places. So we're not going to go with those. We're going to go with surprise and instant. So where was I? Yeah, so rares are going to include those, and again, a little bit stronger minions. We might have a few rare champions here and there, just some basic champions. Most of the champions are going to be epic and above. So after rare, you have, what is it, epic? Yeah, you have epic, and those will be stronger minions, higher level minions, lower level champions, some of the better playing cards, the surprise and instance. And then you'll have legendary and chaotic, which will be primarily champions and spell cards. So what's going to make them really lucrative to find is that you will essentially have a pretty big upper hand when you're playing, but we will limit it. I think we'll probably do 2 legendaries and 1 chaotic per deck, and I think the deck size is going to be 40. So that way you can't just load up on legendaries and chaotics. But do you have a plan for the gamed rank play yet? I don't have a set plan, but yeah, I just want to get the game out first, and then since you're the game master, I hope you have the plan technically. So best get on it, Jordan. Gabe asks, if someone buys, let's say, 100k random, is it possible for someone holding 10 random to receive 1,000 from the monthly pull at the end? Yes, it absolutely is. That's the whole point of the token, actually. The person with 100k random and the person with a 10 random have the same chance of getting random in the pool. Everybody who's a holder will get random from the transaction pool. So, I haven't completely decided if we are going to do a tiered system where we say we have 300 holders and 100 get, I don't know, 10 of them, and then 50 get 100, and then so forth, or if we're just going to truly let chaos play its factor. I think we're going to go with the latter. I think we're going to let chaos just kind of play its thing and see what happens, and we'll adjust it from that. One of the big things we don't want, and I know some people expressed concern about, is the random airdrops. If somebody just gets a whole lot, Ikaka, thank you for the follow. If somebody gets a whole lot from the drop of them just dumping it, so we definitely don't want that. We don't want people dumping the token after an airdrop. So for the first month or two, we're definitely going to have to play with it and see what happens, and then we'll go from there. Legend92, thanks for joining us. Chaos theory. I love the change to the traditional deflationary tokenomics here. Yeah, yeah. So the biggest thing about it is the 1% burn is going to be huge. Even so, when you make a transaction, 2% goes into this airdrop, and then when we airdrop it back out, 1% of that is going to get burned too. So I mean, it is just going to be constantly burned, and the whole purpose of it being deflationary is that it's an economy. So it's going to be an economic system built into it. So, did I get enough sleep? Uh, yeah, I've been working in the yard today, so I'm a little tired, but I'm hoping my energy drink picks up in just a minute. But yeah, so every time somebody buys a pack, they're going to buy it with random. So 1% is going to burn and 2% is going to go back to the airdrop pool. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be 1% burning constantly. So how many random holders are current? Um, 1 second, and I will answer that question.
Yeah, let me explain the other question here. Is there a max amount of random being released from the transaction pool, like a maximum one person can receive? Yeah, we probably will have this because otherwise it would be. We do want the random and the chaos aspect to the airdrops, but we don't want like random immense whales to play with the price. Right?
That's right.
Brendan?
We have 203 holders currently. 203. You can go to BSC scan, and especially if you hold it, and you can put in your address, and then there'll be a drop down that'll say token, and then you just go in there and you can click on random, and it'll show you how many holders are there. Yeah, we're not going to drop 1 million to somebody. At least we're not currently going to do that. We may end up doing some crazy crap later, though. Who knows? We like to get a little crazy in here every now and then, so we're definitely going to take the community's opinion on that into play. Which one did you eligible airdrop for all random token? Yes, yes. Everybody who I think the buy was what 100 minimum, so you at least have to have 100 in your wallet, and then you're eligible. And I think we're gonna make that 97, not a 100, because of the 3% fee. So yeah, anybody with 97 and above will be eligible for the airdrops. The marketing plans. So that's a great question. We've had that quite a bit. We've been pushing Twitter pretty heavy. Um, we are in the works of. I don't know if any of you have heard about Cameo, but Cameo is where you can hire a celebrity to like do shout outs or a video. And we were considering purchasing one of those from, I don't know, who would you like to see? And yeah, we're going to circulate that on social media. I've got a meeting middle of this week with a marketing strategy company, as well as a friend of mine who's local to Arkansas here that does business marketing. So I'm definitely going to start hitting the marketing very heavy. Yeah, we've also talked about dropping donos to Twitch streamers, but I also don't want to get like weird or cross the line with just straight up promoting a token through a Twitch donation. I didn't know how that would come across, but if you guys think that's something that would be cool, I'm not opposed to, just popping in and out of streams and dropping a dono and letting it pop up or something. I don't know.
Well, we do like the idea, but it can come across as kind of a trying to get a pump in the token, and our main goal is not to pump up the price, but actually have a long-term project that's ongoing, and therefore have some organic and natural growth.
Right. That's the goal, is to get organic initial growth. We definitely pushed a lot of people into the server, a lot of people into the Telegram, Twitter followers, just to get the word out. It's pretty important early on in a token release to get the word out. But as far as keeping the token stable, I mean, you want people to see the long term vision and goal. And yeah, it's going to be that's our plan, at least, is to get random into the ear of people and then let them read our paper and let them see our projects and goals and decide for themselves, yeah, I think this is a long term project, I want to invest. But if they don't hear about it, then there's no way they're going to invest in it. So we've definitely just been kind of putting the random bug in people's ears. Yes, we are recording the stream, and I'm pretty sure this is a Twitch Prime account, and it should be available later on. Um, but yeah, back to marketing plans. Definitely going to start hitting that hard and heavy. We are open to any and every idea that the community has. If you guys have any ideas, we have the Help Make Us Better channel, and we'd love to have your input. If any of you have a specialty in marketing, yeah, by all means, please. We welcome any and all help that anyone's willing to give us. Yeah, we definitely need to get our our Reddit more active. There's just so much going on, and our team's pretty small. I don't know if you guys know, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 to 15 like super active people in it, and then we have like 3 or 4 that are in and out. So I mean, we have a fairly small team, and we're doing quite a bit. So yeah, I would love to get the Reddit active. So yeah, you guys go in there and post and do crazy stuff, whatever you got to do. Is the token well proof? We are setting stuff in place to where you can only buy a maximum amount of token. So I think we've set 4K to be the max of what you can buy. And how we're going to keep it well proof is essentially doing hold on, sorry, somebody just said something that made me laugh. So to keep it well proof is we're ideally going to keep the ability for people to purchase large amounts small. So what we're going to do in terms of listing is our liquidity pool is going to be at a set amount, and we're going to only offer the amount of token that's going to match the liquidity pool to keep it at 4 cents. And so our plan is to have enough liquidity behind it that even if someone dumps their token, that our liquidity pool can take the hit, and then the 3 founders of the token also have money set aside to help prevent that from happening. So yeah, that's our well proofing. We'll see what happens with it. Everyone I've talked to says they're going to hold it. I know that's probably what they just say, but the biggest thing is I know we've been paying staff in random, and they're all very dedicated. You can see day in and day out the amount of work they put in. So I don't see them dumping it at all. And we're keeping track of all those wallets. So if they dump it, they're fired. Oh, Alfie is like just stone cold. I said that to get a reaction out of him, and he's just stone cold. Just like, no,
Sorry.
just nothing.
I just
But
don't
yeah,
have a lot of
we
emotion.
are. The big thing about making it well proof is limiting to a set amount of purchasing power. So you can only buy 4K in the pre-sale, and tracking the wallets, and just making sure that people see the long-term goal, and to be as transparent and open as possible. If anybody has questions or has concerns about the token, to just let us know. But yeah, the big thing is Cody's got the liquidity pool set up to take the hit with the token on that we release. So
Yeah, I can answer the next question from Bixby. Why is the token amount for the pre-sale so low? That's also one of the reasons to prevent whales, basically. I mean, there's a set amount of maximum buys, of course, so you could argue that there will not be a few whales, but we don't want too many people in the token early on,
that's right.
basically.
That's right. We actually had conflicting views on that. We've had people say we're offering too little, and then we've had people saying, "Oh, you're offering way too much. People are going to dump it." Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't think you're ever going to find a right answer there, but yeah, Alfie hit that dead on. The reason why we've only offered so little is to prevent someone from buying up a lot of it and then just dumping it on people. That's the absolute last thing we want, is any of this token to be dumped. A good majority of the community actually started from old Dunkley, DCXVI. Thank you both for the follow. Yeah, a large part of the community actually were parts of pump and dumps, and a lot of them, you know, got dumped on, and it wasn't very nice, and it wasn't very good, and so we're trying to prevent that with our token. Um,
Yeah.
but Alfie,
Yeah. Also, the token amount is not that low. I mean, we have it running for only 7 days, and I don't think that many people are interested in such a tedious. Well, there are a lot of steps to follow to purchase the broken token in the pre-sale, so we expect more people during the actual live trading PancakeSwap.
That's right. Yeah. Once it's on Pancake Swap, it'll be a bit easier to do. So, but yeah, we set on that amount, and we think it's going to do the best we. It was the best number we could come up with, where it kind of seemed like a happy medium. So yeah, but I'm gonna answer the promote Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Market Push in the same one. We worked on Market Push earlier. We've been looking into Cameo, um, getting a celebrity endorsement, and we're also going to start promoting more on TikTok. We've entered a partnership with a TikTok account called House of Gaming, who has about 612,000 followers. We actually posted a promotional video on it last week, and it hit about 70K views. And we're going to release one more on Tuesday. And depending on the outcome of that, so depending on how many views it gets and how many people come to the pre-sale based on his referral, we will enter into an exclusive agreement with him to where he only promotes our token. I think he's currently promoting 2 other tokens, and one of the videos got 126,000 views. So we're definitely going to start pushing that one. We have a script ready, and I've sent it over for him to review and to give some feedback on. And we're going to go from there. YouTube, that's definitely Alfie's area. We do need more. We'll probably post this video on YouTube. So yeah, there's just so many moving parts. You know, you got Lexicon active development in the background. You got marketing. We've sitting here doing the transactions and having to approve transactions. I'm getting people DM me on Twitter, on Discord, on Telegram, saying, "Hey, I purchased the token. When can I expect to see it in my wallet?" So there's just a whole lot going on, and not enough time in the day. I need either more hands or more hours.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I think we also forgot to mention that we are working on a Minecraft server currently,
mm-hmm.
as well as a 2.5D platformer, which is being developed.
That's
And
right.
we have way more plans of games coming out.
Yeah, we have a ton of games in the pipeline. Yeah, I mean, it's just unreal what all we've discussed. So we're gonna have this lore. It's all gonna be original lore, so we can make literally any game from it because it's ours. And yeah, we're gonna have a trading card game. There's been talks about making games like Tekken or Final Fantasy with it. We've had talks about making what is it, MMORPGs. I
Yeah,
mean, there is so much stuff that we can do with it. And I see DCX VI 616. As soon as it launches, I'm more than welcome to help when I have free time. Yeah, absolutely. If you want to help, we're gonna create a channel. I'm gonna do it right now. In the information where it says we need yo help. So yeah, if you want to help, post in there and we'll reach out to you. And yeah, we'd love to have as much help as possible because things are just speeding up as quickly as possible. Which we actually have a question about, and I'd like to answer it next. But let me finish with the games. Like Alfie said, we have the 2D platformer. We have a Minecraft server. What is it? Engine? Is that what
yeah,
it's on the back end where you actually can do
yeah,
stuff with crypto in it?
yeah, exactly. We plan on doing some microtransaction in the Minecraft server,
Yep,
so
that's right.
you can earn tokens in the server, but you will also be able to use them for trading.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we do need some revenue out of the micro server as well to pay for the server. So
Yeah. So let me answer this one question from the Discord real quick, and then I will answer the 2 that were just posted. Let me find it.
So, Levi, our main project target is the game Lexicon currently. And aside from that, we want to do charity donations as well.
That was the project target, and what will you do for advertising it?
Yep.
Yeah. Lexicon's definitely the flagship, and once it gets out, and we have a steady flow of revenue there, yeah, we're going to hit it hard and heavy. To advertise it, I know my plan is once the actual gameplay comes out in early 2022, I'm going to be hitting those streamers hard and heavy, giving them exclusive access, giving them whatever it needs for them to play the game on stream so people can see it and want to play it. I think that's the biggest thing. If you've noticed, what were some of the games that came out? Like Apex, they had beta versions where streamers could go on and play it, and you had to be invited to it. There's just a lot of ways to advertise this through Twitch, and ideally, that's what I'd like to do. And the roadmap for the project is in our white paper. I think we have a few set stone dates, but
We are still working on that.
we are definitely still working on the roadmap. We know Lexicon trading and booster pack should be out by October, and the gameplay will be done by 2022. As far as the random token, right now it is literally the lifeblood of the project. So the token is giving us the funding to lock the liquidity pool like we're going to do, and it's giving us the funding to be able to purchase some of the artwork for the cards. We've got several artists in the works that are willing to do bulk projects. We had a meeting with a large company called Virtuso, which ideally, long term, we would like to be able to partner with. And they've done several large games, like they've done some of the artwork for Hearthstone and Call of Duty and Fortnite. And yeah, it would be amazing to be able to partner with someone like that. But right now, we're just utilizing the epic talent that we have in our community in Fiverr and doing commissions and helping people who have the exact same talent as these large companies, but don't have the recognition. Like, that's what we're all about, is getting the people who have the talent but not the ability or the platform to gain the recognition and helping get them out there. So I do
Yep.
know we have plans to make an NFT marketplace where people can make NFTs and exchange it rather easily, and we'll just do all the coding for it. So we'd love to do that. We'd love to get into white label projects and software. So there's several pain points we've noticed in this token sale, of things that we just like, man, this would be really nice to have, or it would be really nice if we had this, or if we could filter it by this, that would be nice. So I wouldn't even say it's out of the question that we don't do white label ICO software and stuff like that, because there's definitely a need for it. There's so many tokens being released and people are needing to do ICO sales. So, but yeah, to answer your question, Rito, it's not set in stone. Our white paper has a few of the bigger dates on it, but once the pre-sale is over and we're launched, we're going to sit down and actually make a solid roadmap.
Yeah, and white paper. We plan on redoing the white papers.
The white paper is just V1, and we're gonna redo it. We're gonna give it a best of both worlds approach, where it's really easy to understand and comprehend, but we're also gonna go into the nitty gritty details in the back, so that people who want to know the intricate details of the project and the token, yeah. Corey Talented, that's a great question. I'll tell you how I know that, and the answer for it.
Yeah, let's take that as
Okay.
the last question then.
Do what?
Let's take that as the last question.
Okay.
Because we don't want to make the AMA too long.
That's right. So there was a question in the Discord, and it was, building and running a cryptocurrency is not for the faint-hearted. Can you provide some insights as to why you decided upon this path? Good question. As most of you can tell, I look extremely exhausted and tired. I've got 2 kids. You know, my wife did yard work today. It's Memorial Day. Been at the pool, swam, been filling orders. Been up since 4:30. Went to bed at like 12:30. So it's definitely a struggle keeping up with it all, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's just so fulfilling seeing so many new faces and so many people excited and interested in a project that I've got my hands on and I'm making, and that Alfie's got his hands on and he's making, and getting these people from around the globe who really don't know each other that well and just getting on a team and kicking ass, man. I mean, it is amazing just to watch these guys work behind the scenes. We are built on the fractal principles, which are in our white paper, and transparency is one of those. And I mean, these guys are just fantastic at that. Answer any and every question. We take criticism well. I mean, it's just an outstanding team and project, and I love that. So that's why I went this route. As for the token itself, um, that's actually going to be our extremely exclusive NFT. There's a conversation between BitCloud and myself, and we are literally just bouncing ideas off each other. And he goes, "Hey, I've got a crazy idea. You might love it. What? How about we make a token that just randomly drops to people who hold the token?" And I said, "I love it. Let's do it." And then somehow from that, we ended up with a trading card game and an NFT marketplace and a Minecraft server. And we've got a platformer coming out. We've got all this stuff that spawned from this random token idea. And we've just, I don't know. It's just, there's something fulfilling about working on a project at this scale and seeing the fruits of the labor and just seeing how excited people are about it, seeing how many people are interested in buying the token and how many people show their support for us. It's just overwhelmingly wholesome to feel all that. And we really appreciate each and every one of you. And then what the last question is this one. I saw you say 90% of the investors are from Clue. As I'm one of those, I'm wondering how the other heard about you. And I'm often 3 to 4 hours a day on Clue's Discord, and I've never seen this token promoted. Yeah, so we're not going into other Discords and promoting. We're not doing any of that. We have a pretty hard line on like partnerships. We've seen some negativity out of partnerships in the past, and we just aren't doing it. I mean, we might uh, enter into a contract with someone to say, "Hey, can you help us promote?" But we're not going to just like fork over a lot of our token because that's how you get in trouble with whales. So we're definitely not doing anything like that. If we are promoting, people are using them to promote, we're paying for it out of pocket. It's not coming from the project funds. And yeah, as far as Clue, I would assume that the Twitter account, the Let's Get Random Twitter account, marketed to a lot of those people. A lot of them share the same Twitter space. I know the Twitter account that I've been running does a lot of giveaways, and a lot of the Clue community came from DMP3's giveaways. So yeah, I just think Clue has such a huge following that 90% of them happen to run across our paths too. I would say that's more on Clue's marketing than it is on ours. It was just a fun fact that I noticed as I was going through and manually. So I had a spreadsheet over here on this side of the monitor, and then in the middle, I had BSC scan. And so I would take this person's wallet, put it in BSC scan, and verify that you actually had your random. And then I'd check you off the list. And I just noticed going through, if you go to BSC scan and you scan your wallet, you can see what all tokens people hold. And I'd have to say 9 out of every 10 had Clue in there. And it was really cool to see. I mean, that's a fantastic project. They're very similar to us. They did things pretty quickly. They're pretty heavily focused on the charity aspect, and we will be long term. Uh, I say Lexicon's the flagship. That's technically not true. The end goal for me, at least, is to build this huge educational platform where people can earn cryptocurrency while also gaining valuable life skills. So that's actually what started the whole thing for me, was to make this educational platform, particularly for prison systems and rehabs and just those who don't have access to gain education because they're having to take jobs or they're having to help provide for their family. I'd like those people to be able to get money by taking educational courses. And that's just not a common thing you see. So I think it'd be pretty cool if we could have some kind of like how to do your taxes or how to um, get your credit score up or just basic life necessities that people don't learn in public education. And I'd love to be able to fuel all that from crypto. So that in and of itself, after Lexicon, will be my flagship.
That's our long-term goal, and I
And
think
that's
that's
always
it.
been the thing. Like, and even
Yeah.
in our white paper, we have a charity wallet. That's not changed either. That will be happening. It's just not the time for it. There's so many charity tokens with such good causes that if you're investing for charity, go do it there first.
Yeah, I think that's a good
I do want to
Point.
go over some of BitCloud's notes, just
All
to
right.
make sure that all the information is out. The liquidity goal has been 150,000, and if I look at our dashboard, currently, well, it's going to log me out, of course. We are currently sitting at $63,616 raised. So a round of applause for all of you and us, and that's fantastic numbers. I mean, we've only had the pre-sale for what, 2 days, and 31% of it sold. That's amazing, guys. That is absolutely amazing. And then our flash sale, I know we sold about 70,000. So we are about $25,000 away from our goal of 150,000 for the liquidity pool. And I have no doubt in my mind we're going to crush that. Again, we're going to do the 3-month back-to-back liquidity pool lock, and that's going to help in between locks to address any DEX issues. So if, say, something happens to Pancake Swap, our liquidity isn't locked in it for too long. Not that we think anything's going to happen, but we're just protecting ourselves. And if we do need to list on a separate platform because Pancake goes down or they have a what have you, what are they, a scandal or something, who knows? We're going to list the
Exactly.
amount to balance our liquidity pool at 4 cents. So that means the amount of tokens we list will correlate to the liquidity pool at 4 cents a token. The main dev wallet, which will contain most of the tokens, won't be used until another listing comes up, and it'll have about 1.5 billion random in it, which is 75% of it, but it's going into cold storage, so it won't even be online until we go to list again. And the listing that is upcoming for Pancake Swap is all going to come from the pre-sale wallet. If we need more, we'll take it out of the dev wallet before we lock it away. But yeah, the dev wallet's going to be locked. We have a budget wallet, which is 2.5 million tokens, and that's to help with the marketing. A lot of you have asked about marketing and advertisement, and yeah, we have some token to help go towards that. And we're about to push that hard and heavy. What was that? Anyway, and then we have the pre-sale wallet. It only contains the 5 million. So what exchange after PCS? I don't know. That's a BitCloud question. We had talks about 1inch at one point, but there was some problems that he was having with 1inch. So I honestly don't know. What are some of your favorite exchanges?
I think some of the big ones are similar to like Bitmart or something. So
Yeah.
perhaps in the future we can look at those.
Well, that's going to conclude the AMA. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. That way it doesn't stay